so the first thing I'm gonna do is the Board of Elections meeting. Today is June 30th, we're at 5 PM, and I'm gonna read the, open meeting law notice. So pursuant to the open meeting law, any person may make an audio or video recording of this public meeting or may transmit the meeting through any medium. Attendees are therefore advised that such recordings or transmissions are being made whether perceived or unperceived by those present and are deemed acknowledged and permissible. So the first thing we're gonna do is citizens input. Now, I did, because of COVID, we couldn't have anybody come to the meeting itself and provide citizen input to do by email, and we did not have any as of the time frame. So the next item on the agenda, we're gonna nominate the chairperson and
Citizen
the
input.
clerk of the Board of Elections. Oh, before that, Darrell would like to say something real quick.
Good evening. Manny, can you hear me? Okay. For anybody who might be recording it or hear this later on, I'm going to make this very, very brief because we need to move on for another meeting that's coming in here. As everybody knows, there's a lot of elections stress nationwide, and so I think that I want to represent some of the commissioners and thank very strongly the Fall River election staff that's headed up by our chairperson, Kelly Susie Young. People don't know what's going on behind the scenes. There's just tons of things happening. You'd see on the TV and everything. There's just so much stress going on, and I think that they're very, very well deserving of that. And then, as you can see, we're sitting here with masks on. Some of our commissioners are sitting at home, and as everybody probably knows, we have 4 different commissioners, 2 representing by the state law, the Democratic seats, 2 the Republican seats. But one thing all 4 of us have in common right now is the pandemic, and we're all called untouchables. Untouchables. That's why we're sitting at different desks, and 2 at home, 2 here. And my final comment is thanking the Fall River Government TV, because with their tech support, they're the ones that set up this entire meeting for the public to see it and hear it if they want, and commissioners to participate, whether we're at home or here or not. Thank you, Chairperson.
You're welcome. So next, we're gonna nominate the chairperson and the clerk of the Board of Elections.
I'd like to nominate that Kelly continue on. We need her expertise, her patience. If she could continue on, I'd like to nominate her. Manny, could we get a second on that?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
So the ayes have it. So now we're gonna nominate the clerk, and I nominate Manny to be, continue on as clerk.
I'll second that. I like the work that Manny's been doing as the clerk.
So all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So the ayes have it. So our next item up on the agenda is the update of the Fall River City Census, the 2020, the one we did. We've also been working with the mayor's office for the federal census, and there's a group of young adults that are going on to try to drum up support to get people to fill out their federal census. So they've also been helping us as well with the city census. So the cost of that in total for the federal, for our census, it was $9,000 for the census itself, and then we ended up paying $22,000 for postage because we use their permit number as we always do. So it roughly came out to about $31,000 this year for the census.
Thank you.
The next item up on agenda is that we have our state primary and the presidential election, which is held September 1st and November 3rd of this year. It's gonna be a little bit different this year because we're still waiting on the federal, on what our state delegation is doing. It passed, I think parts of it passed the House and the Senate, but they're just in conference right now and then waiting for the governor's approval. By July 15th, the state is going to send every registered voter in the state a early voting application to give them the option to vote early by mail. If they don't, they'll still have a week of early voting, which we're gonna start August 22nd on that Saturday, and then we go from the 25th all the way to the 28th, or 24th, all the way to the 28th. A week before the election, we have to have early voting in person. We'll have it here again in the atrium like we normally do. But the difference is now is that they're gonna allow more early voting by mail. They're trying to push that, less people come in is to the government center, to vote early as possible. Plus, we'll still have our September 1st primary where you'll still be able to go to the polls. They're also gonna provide, which I found out this week, that they're gonna provide some PPE for us. They're gonna send it to us probably in August for our poll workers, so that'll be less that we would have to go to, let's say, the commissioner go to, let's say, the city and say, we're gonna need, excess amount of money that wasn't in our budget for that particular reason, because we weren't expecting this. Same thing with the November election. We're gonna have, actually 3 weeks of early voting with 2 weekends, 2 Saturdays. And it's gonna end probably the Saturday before the election, except anything hasn't been in stone yet, so we're gonna have that. Any questions on that?
Just one quick one. Have we gotten anything yet from the state on it's not, on, are they going to be sending the people who receive it to show a desire to come in to vote? Are they going to have to send us any confirmation or request for appointment or?
No, it's still gonna be the same way. You come in, give your name, and we're
Okay.
gonna still have it the same way. They're just trying to make it more accessible for people to just do it by mail.
Thank you.
Normally, you call us, we send you an application, you vote by mail. Now, they're just gonna send it, so we don't have to, our office, it's less on our office.
Thank you.
To be able to process it. The last item on the agenda is the meeting minutes for the last meeting, which was September 6th. We just need to make a motion to accept the minutes for that meeting.
Is that September 26th?
September 26, 2019 was our last meeting.
Thank you.
So we just need to make a motion for that
Manny?
to accept the minutes.
Accept the minutes.
Okay.
Okay, I can
Okay.
read your lips.
So I second the motion to accept it. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So the ayes have it, and so that's the last thing on our agenda, and I call a motion to end the meeting. All those in, second the nomination, second the motion?
Second?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That's it. Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Good night.